departure. So today we are very happy as well as we are very sad also. We are very sad because we lost the association of Mataji, and we are also very happy that because she has taken the shelter of Krishna. So in order to remember her, her wonderful qualities, her sevas, her interaction with devotees, how she dealt with devotees. So we now many devotees have given their names. They would like to share their memories and also the qualities of Mataji, which inspires everyone. So for this, we will today begin the session of remembering Mataji. So I request all of you to be calm, and you can move little forward if you wish. Prabhujis also can come forward little bit, or some of you can take those chairs and sit here, you wish. So all of us can hear with rapt attention the memories of all the devotees that they are sharing. So to start with, we would like to invite His Grace Sara Shiromani Prabhu to give his memories about Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimrindasya Gnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmitavana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Hare Krishna. So, when I remember Her Grace Barasana Rani Mataji, so when she heard the news of death, so she was remembering Parikshit Maharaj. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is one verse where Parikshit Maharaj, after hearing the death notice, how he responded. Tamopayatam pratiyantu vipra ganga cha devi tata chittamishe dijopasrishta kuhakas takshakova dashatalam gayata vishnu gata. So in this verse, Parikshit Maharaj is saying that I have accepted the Lord's lotus feet in my heart, so I have no fear of death, and he is at the banks of Ganges, and he is requesting all the sages to continue to sing the glories of Lord Vishnu. So just like Parikshit Maharaj was completely fearless, Mataji also, when she heard the death news from her son, so devotees were telling, Murli Gopinath Prabhu was telling that actually there was no change in her face, in the sense no sadness, no shock, no fear, completely fearless. So even the relatives who were there were surprised that how she was completely unaffected by all these things. So we can also understand that in that purport, Prabhupada says that all the sages were arranged by Lord to sing the glories of Lord. So same way, while she was disappearing, actually one day before she was in hospice, and the day when she left, that day only she came to hospital. You know, in hospice they were not allowing people, too many people. So it was divine arrangement of Lord that devotees headed by His Grace Leelan Prabhu, they all came and sang for her. It's not, sometimes we may think it is by chance. So it's not by chance. It's all divine arrangement of Lord that she, so that all these things were arranged so nicely for her departure. Also, I was in touch with her when we started one program in her house. After Radhesham Prabhu conducted one program for HMA, so he, Mataji and Prabhuji were ready to host the program. So she was very actively calling lot of people for the program. But after COVID, that program stopped. So then I started some game course. So I requested Mataji to facilitate the Matajis in that course. So first year, few Matajis she was facilitating for doing online japa and Mangalarti. And in second year also, I requested for the second game course that if you can kindly do facilitation. So again, she was doing facilitation service for some more Matajis. So that time, after 2 months, I stopped the program. So and I completely forgot about that program. So, but I found that means I was thinking that she will stop that online japa, with those Matajis. So after the Vrindavan Yatra, so one of the Matajis made notes about that whole Yatra, 40 pages, and sent one PDF. She was part of Barasana Mataji's group. So I got that PDF. So I was surprised because I thought that all these Matajis might have left Krishna consciousness. But I was surprised that how they made such a nice document. So I called Barsana Mataji and I talked to her that saying that how they made like this. Then she said that last 1 year I am just doing facilitation for all this, around 12 to 15 Matajis. So I was completely shocked in the sense because I told long back and I completely forgot also. But then Mataji was so sincerely no, doing facilitation service, and now also around 15 Matajis are regularly attending that online japa, and she taught them how to do Mangalarti, and also they were having Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. So, and many of them, came to 16 rounds or 12 rounds like that. So it shows that how sincerely Mataji was doing this service. And in 2019, once we had arranged one session of His Grace Vijay Gopikesh Prabhu on book distribution. So after that session, she was highly inspired, and she and Prabhuji, His Grace Chaitanya Keshav Prabhu, they took target of 1,000 books each. So from that year, that year onwards, both of them were like doing at least 500 Mahabhik books or 1,000 Mahabhik books each in Shastadan. So it was very, very inspiring to see that both of them, actually they were going even in their colony. They themselves are, very educated, very rich. But they both were actually going house to house in their colony. In the sense, for rich people, it is very humbling to go to sometimes to go to next neighbor and ask for some donation. But still they were going in their neighboring houses and asking for donation. Also, when she was in the hospital, I requested her, can I read something for you from Krishna book? So immediately she told that, can you please read the deliverance of the wives of Yagnik Brahmanas? So I was shocked because when I was reading it, it was exactly suiting Mataji. Means Prabhupada was saying that how the Yagnik Brahmanas' wives, they gave up everything, their family, friends, home, everything for the sake of Krishna. And Prabhupada was mentioning that women in general are mentioned as less intelligent, but they are very, very simple hearted. And if they take to Krishna consciousness once sincerely, they can go back home, back to Godhead. So in that purport it was mentioned. And while reading that, I was remembering that how Mataji is also exactly following in that footsteps of the Yagnik Brahmana wives. So His Grace Srinivas Prasad Prabhu was telling me to share that generally Mataji would hear Srimad Bhagavatam classes, and sometimes she would appreciate the brahmacharis for various points, how they give nice lectures. But he was telling that actually Mataji, by her leaving this world, she gave the best Srimad Bhagavatam class by following actually Srimad Bhagavatam, by teaching all of us. So I felt that I am very, very fortunate to get her association all these days. And also Mataji taught me and all of us how we should very sincerely practice Krishna consciousness. And she said, in my life, I didn't do many services, but whatever I took up, I did it sincerely. So we can also learn that how whatever service we have taken up, we can try to do it seriously. Thank you very much. Har Grace Barsana Rani Mataji ki jai.
Now, next we request His Grace Leelanand Prabhu to kindly give your offering.
Hare Krishna. Barasana Rani Mataji ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So I would definitely admit that I don't know Mataji. I really have not spent any time with Mataji. Neither do I know her qualities because I never served with her together. Only one time she and her mother came to my Goshala and they donated a cow. That happened like 5 years back. Her cow's name was Subhadra. And after that, she visited a couple of times. And I did talk to her. Devotees are generally sweet, and she also very nicely used to ask, "How are you doing? How are things?" General. Whenever we used to meet in yatra, that's how much I know her. But now I feel very unfortunate that why I had known only so little about such a nice devotee after she has left. So I don't have many things to share, but 2-3 things I would like to just bring it forward. One is Murli Gopinath Prabhu, he called and he told she's in hospice. And coincidentally, it is Lord Krishna arranged that the hospice was just 2 kilometers away from my house. And as you would know, some of the devotees are small Sangha in Gachibowli. We all stay around that place only. So it's not like anything extraordinary we have to do. We just have to walk, and some people can even walk and go. It is so close. So then I went to meet her. So then I thought, first of all, I was devastated hearing the news, couldn't believe, because I had seen her very recently in Balgund Prabhu's daughter's marriage. And this was too overwhelming that too to hear that she's leaving. And when I asked when she can leave, it was like she can leave any day, any moment for that matter. So I went and I thought, what should I show her? Then I remembered the cow that she had given. So I took a picture of that cow and a small video. And I went and showed her that, somebody has come to meet you. She was so happy seeing the cow. And then she was like, I want a picture of this cow. I want the picture in my room. I want to see the cow all the time. Like that she told. And next day I went to my office. I took a printout. I brought the picture and I was giving it to her husband. Her husband was like, did you get the picture or no? She's asking again and again. So she was so personal in her dealings. That's all I could understand. And me and my sons, we thought of singing a kirtan because her name is Barsana Devi. I thought I'll sing something related to Radharani. So just out of spontaneity, we felt that we should sing Vrindavan Ramyasthan. And while we were singing, she started literally, raising her hands, and she was so much enjoying it. And after the whole kirtan, she told, "This is my favorite kirtan I sing every day." I was like, boy, we never thought that kirtan would be so much dear to her. In fact, the last day when we met her before at 1 o'clock, she left her body at 6 o'clock. We started our kirtan at 5 o'clock, but at 1 o'clock, I went to her home and I again sang that kirtan. And she, even in that state, like literally 3.5 hours away from leaving her body, her completely body was emaciated. Practically, there was no water, nothing inside. Still, she lifted one of her hands, hearing the kirtan. I mean, this can't be, for my little spiritual understanding, this can't be faked. Either you have it or you don't. She was so much in love with the kirtan that I could tell. And then I asked her that, Mataji, suddenly, every Sunday we have satsang. Like we have a Sunday classes here. We have a Sunday satsang there where all the devotees come on Sunday evening. It was already scheduled at one devotee's home. When she lifted her hand and she enjoyed the kirtan Sunday, I asked her spontaneously, Mataji, you want a satsang in your house? And she said yes. She could still say that yes. Even though she was only one side her face was, she could not. She said yes. And then I asked Murli Gopinath Prabhu, Prabhu, can we have satsang in your home, in this home? And Murli Gopinath Prabhu, I should ask, her son. So I went and asked Prabhuji, Srinivas Prabhu, and Sri Krishna Prabhu, and he told, "Why not? I mean, do satsang here. Why not?" And then we did the satsang, and it was an unbelievable satsang. A satsang I don't think will happen ever again. Can't be timed. We can plan a birthday. We can plan a birthday. We can plan, a ceremony, but we can't plan this event. This cannot be planned by any human being. It has to be planned by the Supreme Lord only. And generally, when we start the satsang, we have Indian Standard Time. Then again, devotee Standard Time, which goes another 2 hours later. Advanced pure devotees, they come after 3 hours also. But then, in our case, that day, everybody came 15 minutes early. That was again astonishing. That almost the whole satsang was there. In fact, I went late, exactly at 5. I saw already like 30, 40 of them were there. And, it was unbelievable. And I was just joking when I said, people come late, but it happens. But everybody were there. And we started the kirtan. And then we saw that Mataji was deteriorating minute by minute. We could see that. And then at one point, everybody just got up when she was started, the signs started coming, her son came. And then we don't know what happened. What happened was out of our understanding, actually. The way she left her body, glorious. It cannot be better than that. Everybody were chanting. At one point, the bed was surrounded by 30 devotees easily. I was behind, between me and the bed, there are already 2-3 rows. I think Prabhuji was there that time, right? Yeah. So I couldn't even see what's happening inside. I was only chanting and singing. There were devotees around the bed. And at one point, the push was so much to see her that everybody standing near the bed bended. Right? Literally, if you can imagine her sleeping and seeing up, she could only see devotees, not even the roof. Maybe little bit of roof was to be seen, and everybody were lifting their hands and Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And she left, and after some time, I was searching what happened, and then I looked at my wife. I asked, "What happened?" She said, "She's gone." I couldn't believe that she's gone, because we were just singing there. It all happened so fast, and I think in 10 minutes. Actually, I didn't want to record that video also because it's a very personal thing. But something prompted, let's keep it, because if many devotees can't come, at least they'll see it live. And maybe it was the right thing to do. A lot of them have seen it, and many others are still seeing. And some devotees are calling me and telling, "Prabhu, this is out of the..." I mean, when we read first canto of Bhagavatam, I'm not going to speak philosophy here, but when we read first canto of Bhagavatam, we hear about Bhishma Dev leaving body, chanting the holy names. We hear about it, and Prabhupada showed that process to us. Prabhupada himself left like Bhishma Dev, surrounded by devotees. But this happening in front of our eyes, and Barasana Mataji is putting that greatest, example, not showing a tinge of fear, anxiety, anything at all. She was completely, free to go, like she was ready to go. And she left in front of us. It was, the whole philosophy coming into practice in front of us. I really felt personally, I would not have learned this hearing 20,000 lectures. That one thing she taught before she left, how the last satsang of her life, the last kirtan of her life, the last in this body, yeah. And we, in our satsang, some of them were very new, some of them were old devotees, some of them were kind of still settling down. One devotee came and told, "I'm starting my 16 rounds from today." Because look at the service that she did, right? A devotee is serving all the time. Even the last minute she was serving only. The way she left was the greatest service that nobody could teach. And, and that's the last service that you can do to a devotee. And we are fortunate that we got that opportunity to do that last service, where we were given an opportunity to sing for her. Devotee's reaction, I only could say that everybody in that place, in that room, we were almost like 150 of us, I don't know, close to 150 of us. Our satsang was around 110 or something, another 40 relatives. We are very fortunate. We are simply fortunate to be there. We have been kept there rather, to see that. All of us learned a lesson out of it. I personally have learned my own lesson. And the reaction of relatives, they didn't know what's happening. They didn't know what's happening. One new devotee asked me, who came to a satsang just 2 weeks back. And second week he's seeing this departure. He came and he was telling me, Prabhu, nobody cried. We've never seen a time when nobody cries. Everybody was dancing and singing, and we never seen anything like that. So I didn't want to tell him what. It was just 2 weeks old in Krishna consciousness. I told him this is the way our Sanatan Dharma explains we should leave our body. So you'll understand it later. So the lesson that everybody learned can't be repeated. It can't be told. Some things can't be told by words. It was only an experience that you could witness and learn out of it. And some of the neighbors came into the house. They had no clue what's going on outside. I'll share this one small thing. My father, he was doing book distribution once, and he went in his own flats. He went to the one flat on the top floor. One old lady opened the door, and she asked my father a question. She asked, when I die, can you arrange for some people to come and sing for me? And my father was shocked. Why are you asking like that? No, because her children are in other countries, and she was like, I'm not sure who will come, but I heard in your society they sing when we die. Do they sing before or after? She was asking all questions, to my father. And then I was thinking what impression the whole kirtan created to the whole neighbors, in that locality. It's a very opulent locality, very, very opulent in that place to even stay in a house like that. All of them, some neighbors came. I know one of the neighbors. She is a big school principal. She came. She didn't know Mataji, but just hearing the kirtan, what's going on, and the glorious departure, she came inside. She saw, and even the next day, what do people do when they come to see somebody see off? Right? They'll just stand there until the body is, she's bathed, a new saree is put on, and then she's taken out. People just stand there. They don't know what to do, but they really saw so much kirtan going on. Our kirtan Prabhujis and all, they came, they were continuously doing kirtan outside the house. Even the next day was as glorious as the previous day. The whole event, actually in the hospice also, the security guard stopped me. He asked me, like, who is this lady? So many people are coming. Who is this lady? And everybody is so much eager to come and see her. Some are even fighting with me to go inside. Who is this lady? Nobody does all that. So I told she's a devotee. I don't know how much you could understand, but she's a devotee and many people love her. Sorry I'm taking this much time. I would take this opportunity to deeply appreciate and applaud, Murli Gopinath Prabhu, for I don't know, even I don't think as a son I would have done what he has done. Every day I've seen him morning till night outside Mataji's room. Every day. Who does it for 12 days, 13 days? Prabhuji can reciprocate. Murli Gopinath Prabhu was almost there, who does it? You can't do it for a day or three, but all the days, even the night when Mataji passed off, he stayed through. And I was telling him, if this is the devotee care we are showing here, then, who will not become a devotee? Right? This is what we need, right? Care for each other. And this was unbelievable care. It was beyond all. It's not just being there. He was calling people. He was scheduling things like, Prabhu, who is coming for kirtan? Mataji is still here. Can prasadam he was arranging prasadam. He was calling the devotees. Right when she came to her home, immediately he called me. Like literally, maybe she just came into the house and he called me. And apparently I was also leaving out of my house, directly came to the house. And then it was all being planned. Krishna was planning everything through him, through the family. And I really felt that we as a Sangha of devotees, we are spread across the city. And an opportunity like this to serve Barasana Mataji should repeat many a times in many places around the city. I'm sure looking at this departure, I felt that I want to live like this. How many felt? Yeah? I'm just sharing, everybody felt. And it is possible only if we are united and we do the service like what Prabhuji did, just coordinating and telling when is the moment to go, what is the service we have to do. So with such a big congregation of Radha Madan Mohan, I think every single devotee here can, we have to pray to Krishna for this kind of departure. And it is very much possible. Because of all glorious service of devotees like Murli Gopinath Prabhu and the whole group which was behind it. Shivram Prabhu came. he had shared so many things about Mataji. I think you will see some videos also. So thank you very much, Prabhu. It was a great opportunity for me, my family, my children. Everybody saw it happening, and thanks to Barasana Mataji for such a great lesson that she has taught us. The last leg of devotion she has shown us and left. So we'll pray that she will recommend all our names in Goloka right now. Hare Krishna. Dandavat. Barasana Mataji ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you very much, Leelanand Prabhu. Actually, Leelanand Prabhu, when I told him first time that Mataji is in hospital, she's shifting to hospice, which is in Khajaguda, where the hospice is. From there, Prabhuji's house is very nearby, and his congregation. It's a huge congregation. If you see Prabhuji's congregation, you need to experience it. I can't say that in words, because when Prabhuji told them just like this, that one devotee, she's in this condition, we need to together go every day, sing for Mataji, read for Mataji. When he just put a message, then he had sent me a schedule immediately within 1 hour, that these are the devotees that who are coming for this seva. So every day when I saw, I was shocked. They are coming wife and husband with children. For suppose Prabhuji is there. Prabhuji always came with his 2 sons and Mataji, Anuradha Priya Mataji. They came. They were. I could see even the last day when Anuradha Priya Mataji was talking to Mataji. The last day when Mataji left that day morning, when Mataji got shifted to house, she came. She was so nicely, because all the relatives, they are in a very sad mood, and Mataji is just lying like that, semi-conscious. So Mataji came. Prabhuji came, sons came, they sang Vrindavana Ramyasthana. Then I thought they will leave immediately. But under the prayer, Mataji, she was asking Mataji, which song do you like? Now you are going to Krishna. Are you able to remember Krishna? So when she spoke such way, Mataji was responding, yes, I want Radha Madhava. Like that she was telling. So this couple are example for their congregation, especially. Of course, they trained them. Such an amazing congregation. They came, and even today, yesterday also I was there, day before yesterday. Every day evening, 3 slots, 1 hour. Their congregation members are coming. Mataji left this world, but still they are coming, singing, reading every day in their house, Prabhuji's house, Mataji's house. So thankful to Leelanand Prabhu for everything. So now we will be playing the Radhesham Prabhu's video. Prabhuji spoke about Mataji, His Grace Radhesham Prabhu. So all of you can hear. It will be displayed on the screen. Hare Krishna.
Temple facility construction for the youths to stay, and they would give donation for that. Then there would be Gita Shastra Dan. They would come and give for Shastra Dan donations. Then there will be some festival like Rath Yatra. They'll come and give for Rath Yatra donations. So they were always very eager for offering charity to Madan Mohan service. Now, they are not just donors. Barasana Rani Mataji, she first identified herself as a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, as one of his disciples, and I should do something for Guru's pleasure. So she started a program in her colony, and she said, I want to call Radhesham Prabhu for the first program. So I remember going to their home. In all the sofas around, there were about a dozen families sitting from the same colony, all rich, big people. And they all told me that we have come because she has called us for the program. They all said she's such a perfect family, husband and wife, such pious and religious people. Our respect for ISKCON is because of our respect for this wonderful family. So she had a taste for preaching and cultivation, besides her own sincere practice. Eventually, she started a morning program, and chanting with all these people who were chanting from their homes, and organizing a weekly program, calling them. And she had that eagerness to give Krishna consciousness to others also. Many of us I have seen her charitable disposition, and in this way, sincere practice and preaching. We also have seen her good conduct and good Vaishnava behavior with everybody. Whomever she came across, she dealt with them in such a sensitive and in a nice way that they carried impressions for their life. So, but one thing that none of us have seen before is her conviction in Krishna consciousness, which came out when she received the news that she has a fourth stage cancer and she has to leave the body in a few days. She was not at all broken down or shattered or afraid of facing death or anything like that. Rather, she said, "Oh, Krishna wants to call me back. I am very happy to go." Parikshit had 7 days notice, and I do not know how many days notice I have, but she was like in a very cheerful mood that now the time has come. I have been practicing Krishna consciousness. Now the time has come to go back to Krishna. That was her confidence in the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. And I talked to her over phone and said, Mataji, I have to go to America. I have a ticket booked. She said, Prabhu, have a safe journey. And she said, I'm hearing your lectures and devotees are all taking such good care of me. And I have nothing to fear, nothing to worry. She was in a completely satisfied mode. And because of her sincere devotional service, Krishna also arranged so many devotees to come and be with her, especially in that hour of crisis when she has to leave the body. So many Matajis, so many Prabhujis, Leelananda Prabhu and his group, and Sarashamani Prabhu and temple devotees, and many other congregation devotees, everybody gathered together doing Harinam Sankirtan, and devotees reading sections of Krishna book Srimad Bhagavatam for her. In this way, surrounded by devotees, absorbed in Krishna consciousness, hearing and chanting with a great state of confidence in Krishna's lotus feet, and having received the message of the spiritual master through video call. So Barasana Mataji was fully equipped to face the inevitable time that arrived when she has to quit the body. And she had a very glorious departure. And we all remember fondly her good qualities, her good Vaishnava conduct, and her faithfully practiced devotional service. And we will take great inspiration from her. Definitely we will miss her very much in our community, because every time I come to Hyderabad, I used to meet this family always. So they are such a wonderful family, Vaishnavas, and we will miss her. But when a Vaishnavi departs like this, it is a moment of simultaneous sorrow and joy for the devotees. We feel joy that she has gone back to Krishna's lotus feet to join the eternal service. At the same time, we feel sorrow that we will miss her association. We will miss the opportunity to see her in action as before. And we request all of you devotees, offer your heartfelt prayers for her, that she attains perfection in her Krishna consciousness and attains Krishna's abode in this very life. And also we will beg her for her blessings from there. She is looking at all of us from there in the company of the Lord and the associates there. So may she bless all of us, that we also practice Krishna consciousness sincerely and seriously, and earn a good name amongst the Vaishnavas like she did. From her we can seek that blessings. Grace Barasana Mataji ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Param Pujya Rani Swami Maharaj ki. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
The family members. From the family members of Mataji, mainly from her son, Sri Krishna Prabhu. You please. So we would like to hear from Sri Krishna Prabhu about Mataji.
I wish to thank everybody who was there at our home on that day when my mother actually departed. I have heard of these things happen to very advanced Vaishnavas, but I never had an opportunity to comprehend these kind of things, like even happening to like one amongst us. But I think my mother, she has like shown to every one of us here what happens when you practice with all of your heart. Like, where is this going to end? Seeing her, I got very inspired. I got very, very inspired. I am so thankful to her for doing this to us at a very early age. That gives me so much of time to improve like my own practice. Had this happened once I hit 60, it is already too late. So I wish everybody takes this in the same spirit and use it for advancing their own practice. Hare Krishna.
We request.
Sorry, I have to say this. Prabhuji didn't share something. I thought he was going to share, but he didn't share. But the day she left, I met him next day, and he shared some amazing thing. He told he was sharing about his mother's quality, that she's very picky about small things. In the house, if something is gone wrong, she will be like, "Why is it gone wrong? It has to be right. Why the driver is late? Why the car is late? Why this is late? Why that is late?" Her nature is like that. That she wants everything in the right place, and that natured person, Prabhuji was saying, when I told her about her death, she had no anxiety, no sign of any of that picking nature or anything. She just said, "Okay, I'm ready." So that was very unusual. That Prabhuji showed the sudden shift of a person from the normal dealings to a highest dealing. I mean, I can't imagine somebody calling and telling me you'll die tomorrow. I think I'll make 10 people cry. But anyway, but that was amazing. And one more thing that Prabhuji told, which really moved me, is um, most of us know that it took some time for Prabhuji to come. It took some time, and we were tensed here. Will Mataji make it till that date? So that was big question mark, that will he be coming and will Mataji stay till then? And we were in that anxiety. And Prabhuji shared that every day he used to speak to her, and not a single day she asked him when he is coming. She was only talking to him. But is that even possible? I mean, I can't think of doing anything like that. My son is somewhere, and I would definitely ask him, when are you coming? Why is it late? Why are you not coming even now? I am leaving my body. Why don't you come soon? No, she was completely detached. I mean, attached and detached. It's so difficult to explain. And these incidents, when he was sharing with me after she left, the next day when I went, I was actually thinking how advanced a devotee she is. How much we have really known her. That she was completely prepared to leave the body, and keeping aside, any of those attachments that we carry. And I would also take the last opportunity to say a word about Chalapati Prabhu, Chaitanya Prabhu, that how he carried himself. I mean, we are only looking at Mataji, but such a big, long association of marriage with so much. Prabhuji was telling everybody who was coming there, don't cry. Don't cry. I mean, just imagine, he is the one who should be crying there. And he's telling everybody, don't cry, because I don't want anybody to cry in front of her, because she has not cried so far. So many satsang devotees, they were like, Prabhuji, what kind of family is this? They were going for kirtan, they were calling me, Prabhu, we've never seen a family like this. They are not crying, they are like, of course, they're in love with each other, but how they are displaying that love and how they are holding themselves for something higher, and how much she is, Mataji is eager to do kirtan, and how much Prabhuji is facilitating it. Whole thing was, I mean, the experience was, I'm sure all of you also have many such experiences. So I'm sorry, bro, I just got up and I thought I wanted to share something. Because you didn't share, I wanted to share that too. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Now next we would like to invite Mataji's daughter-in-law, Priyanka Mataji, to please say something about Mataji.
My name is Priyanka, and I'm a daughter-in-law of Bhavani Garu. So I'm extremely fortunate to have a mother-in-law like her. I mean, she's more than my mother. So I know her mostly like, my mother-in-law and all. I mean, she used to share all the services that she has been doing and everything, because a couple of months ago she was in the US and she could spend some time with us for almost 2.5 months. And I used to see her in person, her conducting Zoom classes and talking to Matajis every day and spending some time, taking some time no matter what. We were kind of traveling and we were doing so many things, but in spite of that, she used to take some time, like every single day, speaking with the devotees, and then taking classes, and then doing kirtan. And I was surprised, I mean, the kind of service she was doing. And she used to share so many things about all the devotees and the kind of interaction she has with all the devotees. I just used to listen from her, but I never ever imagined that. I mean, the intensity of service and the kind of service she has been doing, until I had witnessed it in person like a couple of days ago, like the kind of association she has developed. And so many devotees were all around her when she passed away. And even like prior to we came, Murali Prabhu and so many other devotees were really helping us out with so many other things. Really thankful to each and everybody who has been with her and supporting my Mama Garu through this journey, which is like really painful, and it's not easy even for him. Only because of your help, we were kind of comfortable coming, even if it was a little later. And when I have seen her and when we have spoken to her a couple of days ago, even before we came here, not even a drop of tear I had seen from her, even after she got to know the diagnosis, which is not usual. I mean, that showed the kind of service she has been doing, and the kind of faith she has developed in her heart, which is not easy. I mean, we were totally surprised at the way she reacted, even after she got to know that this was like end stage. And of course, I did not personally witness it, but my husband told her, and he was explaining to me how she reacted and all. And that still moves in front of my eyes. I mean, which is not easy for anybody to react in that way. So I had seen that in person after I came here, and I was with her, and she's extremely happy through her journey, and she never even felt anxious, or she never ever expressed why this is happening to me, why me, and I need to do this, I need to do that, I have so much more to do. Not even a drop of anxiety we had seen. So that shows the kind of service and the kind of sadhana and the kind of practice she has been doing for so many years. So I'm extremely happy to fortunate to have her as my mother-in-law, and really blessed. So as Prabhuji was saying, that's why even like when she passed away and all, it was very glorious that even we did not feel like a crying, though we were with her. We were extremely happy the way she passed away, because she's like she was so peaceful and happy at her heart, and that really inspired us a lot, and she's very inspiring. So I really pray to Lord Krishna and my mother-in-law that hopefully we will get to that point someday, and we will be able to strengthen our spiritual practice to that level, if we are fortunate. And thankful to everybody for giving me this opportunity to talk about my Attagaru. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Actually, everyone is speaking about Mataji receiving the message. Now, actually, family came to know before only that Mataji is having, after the biopsy, that Mataji is having final stage of cancer. So I don't know the technical details, but everyone, we were like, so much tensed up to reveal that to Mataji, because doctor said she will not live long, because the second surgery was also a failure. So it's only days. So just imagine this situation if it is in your family, that one of your close member of the family, you have to reveal them that you will not live more than 1 or 2 weeks. How much tensed you will be. And at that point of time, we were thinking, we were in connection with, means we were asking Radhesham Prabhu, Prabhuji, how we should do this? Radhesham Prabhu said, I can't say this. His Grace Vishwarup Prabhu from Bombay, he is very well known and he is 100% pakka guidance he can give you. So Radhesham Prabhu said, even if it is 1 or 2 days late, you should take guidance from His Grace Vishwarup Prabhu, because he has served hundreds and thousands of devotees who were in that situation at the last stage. So you please ask him and do whatever he says. Just blindly follow what he says. Then we were supposed to, I think Sri Krishna Prabhu that day, we were thinking of Sri Krishna Prabhu was Mataji's son. He was supposed to call Mataji and Vishwarup Prabhu and ask him. That day only Vishwarup Prabhu's mother also left the body. So even we were even more tensed. Now he is not taking the calls. But we don't know how many days is there. We need to somehow reveal that to Mataji quickly so that she can prepare her consciousness. So this tension was going on for 2 continuous days. Then after that, the second day again I called Radhesham Prabhu. Prabhuji, now we are thinking that we should reveal that because Vishwarup Prabhu's mother also left the body. How can we contact him now at this point of time? But still Radhesham Prabhu still said, let it be, but still you should contact him. I will also call and tell that please treat it as an emergency and give them guidance. Then I was just calling him like that. Let me try karke. After 1 or 2 hours I tried. Then he took the call. Then immediately I took the Sri Krishna Prabhu into conference and we were discussing. Then Prabhuji was telling, you have to reveal step by step. First you say that your biopsy has gone and we are very doubtful that, it might be some something, some kind of problematic thing in your body. Then after few hours, you should reveal that we are suspecting that it is a cancer. Then by evening, you should say that we feel that it is an advanced stage. Then next day morning, you should say that slowly, you should in this way prepare her consciousness. Then we thought, okay, then who will reveal that? He asked. Then immediately her son, Sri Krishna Prabhu, he said, I will take up that responsibility. Please make a video call and give it to my mother. I will tell. Then we called from Chaitanya Keshav Prabhu's mobile. He was on WhatsApp video call. We gave it to Mataji saying that, Mataji, your son is on a video call. He would like to speak with you. So he started saying slowly, means we were so tensed. Chaitanya Keshav Prabhu was going out, coming in. He was so tensed. How she will receive it? Somebody is telling, a family member is telling that you are going to leave your body in few days. And I was like, I don't know, my whole body was shivering, how whether she will cry now, or the situation is so tensed in the room. So we were like going here, there. Then he started slowly revealing it as Vishwarup Prabhu said. We thought he will reveal only the first part, that is, your biopsy has gone, we are doubtful. But in a flow, they are so, because mother and son, their relationship is like that. He started revealing and he revealed everything. Because she was taking every step so normally, he revealed that it looks like you will not live longer. It might be days or weeks. Mataji was, oh, for that you are all crying, she said. Just imagine, can anyone say in this room? At least I can't say that. First of all, I'll drop the phone. I don't know what will happen to me. But Mataji said this word. For this, you're all crying for these many days, she said. So then we could not record at that time because we don't know what is her reaction. Then I immediately remembered and I took a phone and started recording. Now you can see the 2 minutes video. Mahaprabhu Chaitanya Prabhu will play that video. After Mataji has accepted it so graciously, I started taking it after 3-4 minutes. So just imagine, this is the video of Mataji when she has come to know that she has only few days to live. And this is how she is speaking with her son. Just imagine.
67 years comfortable గా ఒక్క రోజు కూడా సిక్ కాకుండా వస్తున్నాను, పెద్ద సిక్నెస్ కాకుండా. ఇది నన్నేం ఇబ్బంది పెడతావు, నాకు పెద్ద కృష్ణ కాన్షియస్నెస్ గిఫ్ట్ ఇచ్చావు. నేను అందరికీ చెప్తాను, నాకు మా అబ్బాయి నాకు ఏది ఇచ్చాడో ఏది ఇవ్వలేదు కానీ మోస్ట్ ప్రెషియస్ గిఫ్ట్ ఇచ్చాడు ఇది. నువ్వు ఇప్పుడు బలవంతాలను చేర్పించకపోతే మేము తీసుకునేవాళ్ళం కాదు కానీ గుర్తుందా? అప్పుడు ఎంత ఫోర్స్ఫుల్గా రోజు ఫోన్ చేసేవాడిని ఆడ్ అవర్స్లో. నానేమో తిట్టుకుంటూ ఉండేవాడు, చదువుకోకుండా ఈ గోల్ పొద్దున్నే. అంత అంత మంచి గిఫ్ట్ ఇచ్చావు కదా. మంచి గిఫ్ట్ ఇచ్చినందుకు వెరీ 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 థ్యాంక్ఫుల్గా. ఎందుకంటే లాస్ట్ మూమెంట్లో మనకు హెల్ప్ఫుల్ ఉండేది ఈ గిఫ్టే. నాకు తెలుసు కదా, నాకు తెలుసు కదా. రస నాన్న కావాలని మనకు ఫోన్ ఇస్తాడు కదా, మీ రసా మీరు పండించుకోండి అని.
So that is the consciousness of Mataji. She maintained it throughout till the last breath. She maintained the same consciousness. Not even one tear came out of her eye. So next we request His Grace Mahaprabhu Chaitanya Prabhu, please give your offering. Next His Grace Vedant Chaitanya Prabhu is coming. Prabhuji will give his offering.
Hare Krishna. So, we were coming to Hyderabad for youth preaching since 2015 and that time. And we used to get a lot of support from Mataji and Prabhuji. And then that time I had seen Mataji and I had seen the name of Mataji. But name and person was not matching. So that time we used to say Bhavani Mataji and so much donation she's giving and everything. And here also, since almost till the time she passed away, that name and person was not matching. I was not knowing that it is same Bhavani Mataji who is now Barasana Rani Mataji. So when after initiation, I was not knowing the name. And when Murli Gopinath was telling that calls where he was calling to Radhesham Prabhu. So I was in Pune that time and I was receiving Murli Gopinath Prabhu's calls and I was giving to Prabhuji. And then Prabhuji is taking every call very seriously. In between class, he will give 5-minute break and he will receive Murli Gopinath Prabhu's call, reply to him. Whole camp was going on, morning 10 to night 8 o'clock classes. And whenever Murli Gopinath Prabhu's call will come, he will give break in between class or within 15-20 minutes he will give break. He will receive the call, answer and then continue. Like that it was happening. And then I was not knowing exactly. Means I was knowing Mataji name, but person was not matching. And then when we came here and Prabhuji instructed from there only, you can make sure that Saraswati Prabhu sends all brahmacharis one by one in a team. Every day somebody should go. Then I understood she must be very wonderful devotee. That is why Prabhuji is taking so much interest. And then when we came here and when we went to hospital, myself and Vishnu Prasad Prabhu went first day. And as soon as we entered the room, house-wise, Mataji said, Mahaprabhu, Vishnu Prabhu, both of you came. Welcome. That Mataji was like, welcome. I said, such a wonderful conscience. And that day, her left hand was paining. So she wanted to keep it up. But she again took it down and said, sorry Prabhuji, it is not good etiquette to keep hand like this in front of brahmacharis especially. But what can I do? Hand is paining. Can I keep like this? So she was in that consciousness, that maintaining that etiquettes and everything that time also. And then we sang for her Vibhavari Shesha. She told to sing that Vibhavari Shesha, that every day I sing this song. But since last 15 days, and she very casually told, since 15 days these things are going on, so I could not sing Vibhavari Shesha. So please sing that. and that was very amazing. She was singing with us, or in chorus she was singing, and then she said one more thing, that Prabhuji, now I am going, but I am leaving Prabhu for you. So Prabhu will keep assisting all of you. Like that, she was telling all of us. So she was saying that I will continue my service to all of you through Prabhuji. So she had given her quota to Prabhuji also now. So what her services she was doing. It was simply amazing to be with her and seeing her consciousness and everything. And she was saying, thank you very much, Prabhuji. Thank you. I will not be able to serve all of you. And another thing she was saying, Prabhuji, this marathon, I could not distribute any books. Only 200 books I could distribute. That was her consciousness. What she was saying at that time, that I am not able to serve Prabhupada, that I could distribute only 200 books. I wanted to distribute more. And when we came out, when we were talking to Prabhuji, Prabhuji was saying same thing. Because these things are going on, so I could distribute only 500 books. I wanted to distribute more. So that is Prabhuji and Mataji's consciousness, that always serving the Vaishnavas and Srila Prabhupada's mission. And then when again, next day when we went, after 2-3 days when again we went, that time also same thing, we could sing for Hare Krishna mantra. In my life, I could never chant so sincerely and so attentively, which because of Mataji, I could hear on chanting, never. And it was very inspiring, very, very inspiring. And that time also, it was just one day before. Just one day before evening, 4:30 we were there. And she was saying, thank you very much, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. That time also she was thanking. Thank you very much in that condition. And then next day was again amazing opportunity. Unfortunately, I had planned to go at 5 o'clock to Mataji's home, but because of throughout the day's schedule, little tired. So then 7 o'clock, Prabhuji's mail came that she passed us, and I was feeling so unfortunate that the plan was there to go and everything. I would have been there, and when Vishnu Jesus came to take her, I would have been around. They could have seen at me also. So their glance would have fallen on me also. But I am so fallen that because of sheer tiredness, I could not go there. And she was such a wonderful consciousness at that time also. And we could see that video. Since end, she was chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So it was very amazing. And then night I went, 7:30, 8 o'clock I went and met Shri Krishna Prabhu that time. So he told us, Prabhuji, I am totally ecstatic about this. What I could face my mother and everything, I am totally ecstatic about this. And he was also thanking all the devotees, Prabhuji and everything. So it was throughout very amazing journey. Some more conversation was there. Vishnu Prasad Prabhu will tell them if time permits. So I'm leaving something for him because we both were together and me and Tarun Mohan Prabhu were together. So they will share some things from these incidences. And whenever they will come here also in temple, both of them were staying there in Gachibowli. From there, every Sunday they will reach here, Bhagavatam class on time. So as she said that we are not, one more thing she said, that we are not great devotees. But we were elevated, somehow we are elevated by the mercy of Guru and Krishna to this level. And one more last line she added that whatever we did it with sincerity. And we are getting a prize for return of that. So that is sincerity, that every Sunday they will come on time for Bhagavatam class, attend it fully, thank the speaker and everything. Thank you very much. Barasana Rani Mataji ki jai. And please bless me so that I can also be in this consciousness. And at the time of death, Vaishnavas, please bless and come at our time also. And as many devotees are telling, Leelanand Prabhu is telling, if you don't come, I'll become ghost and haunt all of you. And Prem Kirtan Prabhu is also telling that, make sure everybody come. Then another devotee said, but we don't know what is our last time, when it will come. So that is really a great fortune. Thank you very much. And as Leelanand Prabhu is saying, that process works. Haribol.
Thank you very much, Mahaprabhu Chaitanya Prabhu. Actually, now we have one wonderful personality with us, His Grace Madhur Dev Prabhu. Even though he is not our congregation member of Hyderabad, he is from Nasik, Nigdi. So, Prabhuji is very close friend of Mataji's family, especially her son Sri Krishna Prabhu. So, Sri Krishna Prabhu told him that this is the situation. So, he is a great astrologer also. in ISKCON. He has been in Gurukul in Chowpatty from many years, and then now Prabhuji is a Grihastha with a baby girl. So Prabhuji would like to share some memories of Mataji. Please.
Hare Krishna. I didn't know Mataji's glory until I met her in hospice. So when I came on 6th to meet her, I could spend a couple of hours with her. So I was just trying because I worked in Bhaktivedanta hospital. So I knew how to palliative care treatments given. So I just asked her, Mataji, you are ready? Huh? So Mataji said, yes, I want to go. I want to see Krishna. So I immediately asked her, Mataji, if the choice is given to you, which department you want to work in Goloka? So she said, kitchen department. I want to feed Krishna, all devotees. So I said, wow, Mataji, wow. So gradually I came to know that she is so much inspiring. Not only me, so many devotees. So she asked later me to tell her story about Stoka Krishna Prabhu. So he also had cancer, and he was like suffering for like 8-9 months. So I started, since I knew Stoka Krishna Prabhu from my childhood, so I started glorifying Stoka Krishna Prabhu and telling her the story how he came to join Brahmacharya Ashram, and what incidents, one by one. Then immediately she was like in full faithly she was listening, and she had decided, ki, yes, I want similar kind of departure. So like Stoka Krishna Prabhu, he was so fortunate that he could leave his body seeing just Guru Maharaj in front. And similarly, Mataji also could speak to Guru Maharaj before her departure. And not only her, she lived like a glorious spiritual like sadhana bhakti, but she was, I could get that she is very much alert. So one incident happened. So Mataji's, I think nephew or someone called Shri Krishna Prabhu, and she was from Norway. So she was just asking Mataji, do you remember when I was a kid, you used to buy me some dresses, this and that. So Mataji listened 10 minutes. After she said, can we discuss something else? So she was alert. She knew I have very few minutes or hours left with me. I want to devote that fully to Krishna. So just Prabhuji said, she got the prize of sincerity. So if we are sincere and desired, grateful, and having same gratitude, we will get that kind of departure. So we were discussing in family that if this kind of departure is guaranteed, then I will have similar kind of disease. If I will desire to have similar kind of disease. If this kind of departure, because I seen many departures in our ISKCON, devotees, non-devotees, in our Vrindavan hospice. First of all, they are not willing to accept that, ki yes, the time has come and now this is my final examination. Only those appears who has passed the semesters early. So Mataji was fully ready and desired to see Krishna. That's why she was not caring like, I don't want to meet my full relatives and do this and that. Simply chant and pray for me. So yes, we, like Radhesham Prabhu said, This is the moment for joy and also sorrow. Joy for like she is giving us ideal inspiration how we should fulfill the spiritual all desires and go back to Godhead. Yes, sorrowness, we all will miss her and her guidance. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
As Prabhuji was explaining, that how she got a call from her guru, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. So she was so happy. She was like shocked after her son revealed how these are the last days. Then the next day, the next to next day, I think, after 2 days, His Grace Vishwarup Prabhu has arranged a call with Maharaj. Then we were ready with the call. So Mataji was so excited how Maharaj spoke to her and how Maharaj did Kirtan. So courtesy Sakhi Radhika Mataji, she has recorded in her mobile, and that we will play now, that video.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Maharaj. Dandavad Pranam Maharaj.
Barasana Rani Mataji is speaking, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Barasana Rani Devi, my obeisances are for you.
Maharaj, you were so humble to meet him. Maharaj.
I want to thank you with all of my heart for your life of devotional service and for your beautiful, wonderful devotional character. And please know that you are forever in my heart and in my prayers.
Maharaj, you gave us a wonderful gift of Krishna consciousness. 10 years back, actually, we had met you in New York Temple and in New Vrindavan, in Festival of Inspiration. You were the
15 minutes appointment.
you had the inspirational force which drove us in Krishna consciousness, and luckily now in Hyderabad, Radhesham Prabhu you have sent Radhesham Prabhu for us, and we are really so free to do so many things, and it has given me so much satisfaction to serve Prabhupada, who has given us this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful gift after so many sacrifices. Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Well, thank you, Mataji. Thank you for your gracious words, and thank you for being just like you. And please know that you are in Radharani and Gopinath's hands, and you've given your life to Radha and Krishna, and Radha and Krishna will give their life for you. So you are in the most perfect situation because you have the shelter of Srila Prabhupada, and you have the shelter of Krishna, and you have my love and prayers. So be happy and just give.
When some incident will come there, if you speak something, just big smile will come on the face as if nothing is there, like normal discussion is going on. And it was so inspiring when we left. So Mataji told, please forgive for my offenses if I had done to any of you. You feel Mataji, you forgive offenses. No. Now I am going for the higher services.
So one time there was a discussion happening. We started implementing concept called mentor concept. And Prabhuji was giving the understanding of what mentor is. It's a kind friend. It is nothing more than that. A friend who is kind enough to be together after the Bhakti Vriksha class over and Bhakti Shastri class over and Prasadam been honored. All of us will go to the kitchen and clean all the small and big vessels and wipe the floor put the vessels properly at the respective place, and then by the time of 5:30 we used to leave. And Mataji and Prabhuji, despite of their advanced age, I still remember those scene, and there are small groups happening. Please see that we are in your group. I just said yes. And then again they sent me, because we got the now by that time we got the list, and probably they got to know from some other devotees that they are into another Bhakti Vriksha. So Prabhuji called me and he said that, Prabhuji, is it okay that we can talk to you for 1 minute? It was evening time. And I said, yes, Prabhu. Then he gave to Mataji. Mataji said that, Prabhu, see that we are in the US. We could not meet you in person. I texted you. But please see that when we are back, we are attending your Bhakti Vriksha. I said, whatever the way it pleases Mataji, we are always there to assist you in your service. So, and as Saraswati Prabhu was saying, that her facilitating is such a inspiring. I also want to share that same thing, the PDF file what that Mataji has prepared after Vrindavan Jatra. It is a special PDF file. Every single place, every single talk, what is given, gist of the talk, and the speaker of the place, she has been mentioned in that with a wonderful picture of the place. It is amazing. So we could see that the facilitation, what Mataji is doing now, it started way back, as I was telling, when she was in Bharadharaj Venkatesh Prabhu's Bhakti Vriksha, that time. So that time her facilitation started and continued. And as far as the recent things that happened, I could see it is only the inconceivable way of reciprocation of Shri Radha Madan Bhavan, nothing else. I could visit her the day when it was, I think, Wednesday. I got a call from Chaitanya Kesava Prabhu. She departed on Sunday, so on Wednesday morning. I was thinking on Saturday I'll go and meet Mataji. Before that, when she was in Global Hospital, we both went. I mean, myself, my wife went. We spent around 40-45 minutes time with her. But we thought by the time it was all announced and all, we thought Saturday we'll go and meet with her and spend some time with her. It's a holiday for me. I'll come from temple after my service. We'll go. But Wednesday I got a call at around 8 a.m. Chaitanya Kesava Prabhu said that, Prabhu, you have little time, I would like to talk to you. I said, yes, Prabhuji. Then he narrated what all happened, all these things during this period of time. And he said that, my wife just told me she had a dream yesterday and something about you. So I just thought to share that with you. I said, Prabhu, I wanted to come on Saturday. He said, okay. He said that, not sure, Prabhu, because time is, we don't know how it's going to happen. You want to come, you can come anytime, that's up to you. I said, oh, is it okay day after tomorrow? He said that, well, my son is coming, so maybe you can come the same day, we'll meet all of us. I said, okay, I'll come on Friday. And he said, why do it Friday? Can you make today itself? I said, okay, I can make it today. I said, if that is the case, I can make today right away. He said that not right away, you can come at 2 p.m. 2 to 5 is visiting hours. So myself and Kanayadal Prabhu, his wife, and our Isha Bhatta Prabhu, his wife, all 6 of us, we went there. And Murlikuparan Prabhu told that many devotees are coming. It is very hectic for Mataji. So if you can spend some little time, it will be very good. And maybe 3 of you can come, and then another 3 can come, like that. So 3 of us we went, like all 3 male we went. And before that, I was trying to find out what is she liking, what she like to hear. So I just got to know that she loved to hear about Prahlad Maharaj. And so I thought, in that 1 minute, I'll share something about Prahlad Maharaj, something that may inspire to her. So I bought the waters from Kumbh Mela. I visited Kumbh Mela of Ujjaini and Nasik, which happens once in 12 years. So I got those waters. And also, miraculously, I got the Charanamrita of Balaji from Tirumala. So I collected all those 3 and I given to her. She was so happy, and I personally sprinkled the water in her head. Then I thought, I spoke to her little about Mahaprabhu's things in Jagannath Puri, how Mahaprabhu visiting to Jagannath Puri temple every day, and from there he's going to Tota Gopinath, where he was hearing Bhagavatam. from Gadadhar Pandit, and the topic he was hearing is Prahlad Maharaj. Mataji was very happy. She was raising her eyes and listening very nicely. And just talk a little bit about that. And then I said, Mataji, looks like you are going back to spiritual world. Are you ready? She said, yes. She pointed her thumbs. As Prabhu and everybody is saying, she was saying, yes. And then I said that, Mataji, like, you will be meeting Srila Prabhupada over there. And Srila Prabhupada's senior disciple, Bhakti Swami, Gauragovinda Swami Maharaj, and all these wonderful devotees will be there. Would you like to assist them? He said, yes. She raised her both hands. Yes. And then I said that, Mataji, if it's okay for you, you want me to do little kirtan, I would like to do it. Maybe for 2-3 minutes. I was amazed to hear. He said that, Prabhu, I feel very sleepy nowadays and I feel very tired. If you can make for 2 minutes, that would be good, because I do not offend the holy name. If you sing kirtan and I feel sleepy, it offends to holy name. I don't want to do that. If you can sing 2 minutes, that's good. I said, I can do it 1 minute only. Why 2 minutes? We did for 1 minute kirtan from Srila Prabhupada Dhun. And she was very happy. As everybody was saying that it is a time for happiness, joyful, and also feel bad about that we are missing her association. As her spiritual master concluded his discussion with her, I could personally feel that, as Maharaj told, you are a perfect devotee, you are a wonderful devotee, wonderful disciple, wonderful mother, wonderful wife, and wonderful of everything. And I could see these first two things in my own little memory. She is definitely a wonderful devotee, and she is definitely a wonderful disciple, because the perfection of a disciple is Yasya Prasadat Bhagat Prasada. Because her spiritual master confirmed that she is definitely a wonderful disciple. And all this proof of her services makes her to conclude that she is a wonderful devotee. I'm sure she is definitely in her special journey to spiritual planets. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna, Barasana Rani Mataji ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Actually, when Mataji was in hospice, His Grace Chaitanya Keshav Prabhu was asking me, Prabhuji, did this message reach Vedant Chaitanya Prabhu? Then I said, Prabhuji, we just have passed on these messages in congregation groups. Then he was telling, Prabhuji, when we first came to Krishna consciousness, that was the first class which we heard is from Vedant Chaitanya Prabhu. So now this is the last stage. Immediately can you inform Prabhuji? Because at this stage, with whomever I am speaking to, I am becoming emotional. I can't, speak, and I can't explain that she is in this stage. Then I was calling Shambhu Vishnu Prabhu and took the number of Prabhuji. I called Prabhuji. Then Prabhuji said, is it, you are speaking about Barasana Mataji, when did this happen? Then Prabhuji was also speaking, as you all know, one of our wonderful devotee, His Grace Varahavatar Prabhu, also recently left his body due to the same cancer. So Prabhuji said, even I heard that later after he left the body. Then I told Prabhuji what all things happened, the sequences, everything. Then Prabhuji said immediately, I would like to visit. Before I was about to request him, he said, I would like to visit the hospice and, talk to her, whatever she wants, I would like to do for her. Then next day, Prabhuji immediately came in the visiting hours. He spoke to Mataji, he spoke to their family members. For almost 1 hour, Prabhuji was there. So Prabhuji has kindly come. Actually, today, So today, Prabhuji was thinking that this memorial, this Shraddhanjali is in the morning, Prabhuji was thinking. So Prabhuji was here till 4:30. So it was our mistake. We could not inform properly the timing. Then Prabhuji all the way went back to home, Santosh Nagar near. Again, Prabhuji came back just to speak for about Mataji. We are very thankful to you, Prabhuji. Please.
Hare Krishna. Umajnanatimirandasya jnananjanashalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। I know Mataji and Prabhu for more than, if my memory is right, 10 years or so. The one word that comes to my mind whenever I think of them, sincere, very sincere devotees. Whatever is assigned to them, whether it is hearing program, whether it is attending Mangalarati, whether it is a cleaning service or preaching service, whatever service that is assigned, they would do that with utmost sincerity. And they would respect whoever is the devotee who is assigned to them as an authority. They never tried to see what is the qualification of this person, and they never tried to. They were doctors, very experienced doctors, having very good social position. And with that social position, you can always possibly see others as what is this person can do for me. I have more experience, age-wise, experience-wise. In many ways, they are quite advanced. But they always kept themselves as humble servants of Vaishnavas. This is something very, very unique in both of them. Especially Chaitanya Keshav Prabhu was telling about Mataji that sometimes because of the old age or something, if there is any hesitancy to come to the temple or do something, Mataji would say, no, we must go. So she would be the driving force to come and participate in all the programs. Something very wonderful and special that has happened in this community, that is Mataji's leaving the body, and the way that she embraced death is very, very special. We hear from Isopanishad or we hear from the other great acharyas how they are fearful of death. Kulashekara Alvar was fearful. He was saying that, whether I will be able to remember you, my dear Lord, because the Kapha Vata Pitta will take over my body and my consciousness and I won't be able to probably remember. So I want to leave the body now when I'm completely, healthy. So that means we can understand. Each one of us can speak volumes, but we don't know that experience. If you are in that stage, how you embrace, no one can duplicate it. Because only that person knows what that person is going through, what kind of emotions, what kind of pains that person is going through. But there is a reference of scripture. The scriptural reference is that the great personalities, even great personalities, were afraid of the death because they are not sure whether they will be able to remember the Lord or not. And in the Ishopanishad, the last verse says, the devotees are praying to Krishna, my dear Krishna, please remember whatever little service I have done. And kindly remember that. It's not that, Krishna will not remember, but it is an expression of love towards Krishna to remember what all that I have done. That means obviously whatever wrong things I have done, you please ignore. It doesn't have to be told. Whatever wrong things I have done, please ignore. Only remember those things. Anyway, that's what is your nature, my dear Krishna. So these are the emotions that, great personalities go through when they know that they are near death. So it was quite interesting for me when actually this message was first sent by Sushant Prabhu. And then I was waiting for a right time to go. So the very next day or the next 2 days, then I received a message. I received a call from Murali Gopinath Prabhu, and then I visited her in the hospice. And I was very, very surprised to coming from her eyes. Honestly, I didn't expect that. But, she was very, very, lovingly, she just received me. Even she was on the deathbed, but she received me very nicely. And I felt that, there was some misunderstandings in the past. I didn't want any of those things to affect her consciousness or my consciousness. I wanted to completely remove all of those things, if there is anything like that, so that she is very, very happy, peaceful. But the moment she saw me, the expression shows that actually she didn't have any such thing. I was very happy that she didn't carry any such thing. So I don't have to do anything else extra. Just encourage her. So then she started speaking. Before I started speaking, she started speaking, saying that, Prabhu, you are our teacher. And when we were, toddlers, you are our teacher, and we are very grateful to you. And thank you so much for coming. Please don't tell Mataji, my wife. She may not be able to take it. So she's worried about others. It's amazing that she was worried about others. And so then I said to her that, Mataji, if there is any offense that I have committed or any hurt feelings that were caused, kindly ignore that, forgive me. And I'm very happy the way that you have embraced this situation. And in my mind, there is no doubt that you will be going back to Godhead. So you will definitely attain the lotus feet of the Lord. And Mataji was very happy. And there were many visitors that were coming to her, and then she was very enthusiastically speaking to them. No one can actually feel that, she is going through, this kind of, I'm sure there is pain. It's not that there is no pain. Just because you're given an injection, the pain is gone. Pain is always there. But I think she's completely oblivious to that pain. And she was absorbed in receiving devotees, speaking to devotees. So the other day, I saw a message from Prabhu, Leelanand Prabhu, that, one good example can make a lot of difference. We hear so many lectures, so many things, but who is she? If you ask, who is she? She's not a guru. She's not a GBC. She's not probably, any leadership position, if you try to attribute to her, she never saw that as an opportunity to control others or anything like that. She just took everything as a service to Krishna, even if so-called leadership position that was given. But generally we have a conception that, only big recognized devotees will have great departure, but small-timers, who are, so what they will. But I think Krishna has proven that, you don't have to be anybody in this material world. You just have to be yourself. As a servant of Krishna, you simply do your little service, whatever little service you do with utmost sincerity. Krishna is ready to embrace you in a most amazing and wonderful way. And that's what exactly happened with Barasana Mataji. it's a material disease that we want to aspire for recognition and position and this and that and that. But in this process, what we actually lose is that simplicity of heart, which actually enables us to actually go back to Godhead. So I feel that, through, it's not that she has tried to establish that example, but Krishna used her to establish that example to all of us, that you just be whatever rank and file devotee that you are, you be sincere, and then Krishna will take you back home, back to Godhead. And I've seen the bits and not the full length of video. I didn't see, but the bits and pieces of the video that I've seen, and it's nice that devotees have captured those moments and put it for other devotees to see. That her consciousness was so crystal clear. There was no anxiety. One of the most dreadful thing that a living entity in the human form of life has to go through is the feeling of death. It's the most dreadful thing because you are not sure what is next. Can anyone say that, I am definitely going back to Godhead? I don't think anyone has that authenticity or authority or the confidence to say that I am definitely going back to Godhead. Because you remember all the sins that you have done. Remember all the sins. I cannot say that. So I can definitely say I am not going back to Godhead. By my own endeavor, I'm definitely not going back to Godhead. I require special mercy. I require some extreme compassion of the Lord and Vaishnavas to remove the curtain of illusion. So, but then the way Mataji, it's not that she has confidence on her own ability, but she was counting on the blessings of the devotees and the affection that the devotees had shown to her. On that basis, when she was asked, as someone was saying, she was asked, are you definitely you're going back to Krishna and meet Prabhupada? And she was saying this. She was she's innocently confident. She was not pridefully confident, but she was innocently confident. That is what is actually required. Most of us are neither innocently confident, pridefully we cannot be confident also, by the way. But she was innocently confident, and I was very happy with that mode of innocent confidence that she had, that she is definitely going to reach Krishna and then serve Krishna. And the fact that so many devotees have assembled, participated in her final journey, remembering her services, and conducting something like this, it doesn't happen with everyone. And no one should expect that it should happen like that with me. Then you should possess that consciousness also. You can't arrange all these things. You can't write a final will, when I leave, please come, 50 devotees should be around me, and then chant, and then you hold a Dwarakapuri function hall, a big, meeting for me, Shraddhanjali. You can't do that. It has to come from heart. She has won everyone's heart. That's what I was thinking. Why would I come second time here? I was there till 4 o'clock thinking that, I was, sometime they will inform me anyway, I'm in the office, I will come and, participate. But then I left. Then again, I get a call from Murali Gopinath Prabhu at 6 o'clock at that time. Then, I thought I cannot miss this opportunity to actually remember her, glorify her, and learn lessons from her exemplified life. So I feel very fortunate that, I had an opportunity to exchange wonderful Krishna consciousness with her. She would sit on the chair and hear Bhagavatam class. I am one of the most, irritating personality because, if 1 o'clock is the last, the scheduled time, I would take till 2 o'clock. And devotees will be, the way they will be moving, I know that, they're feeling hungry and, when this man will leave and the portions won't be completed. I never saw something like that in Mataji's, behavior. She's very stable, focused hearing. I fondly remember 6-7 years ago when she returned from US, she brought one small watch for me from US. So I reminded her when I went to the hospice, Mataji, I still remember the watch that you gave me, and I wore it for some time, and I still have it. Her eyes were wide open and her face was so bright that I still remember that. And that ended the conversation. I actually wanted to do kirtan for her, but then I didn't want to, as I think Madan Kumar Prabhu was saying, that her consciousness is not to offend the holy name by by going to sleep or whatever it is. So anyway, I actually I chanted when I came to know about this news. I prayed to Krishna and I thanked Krishna that my dear Krishna, that you gave the beautiful Souls Association. So I fondly remember Mataji and Prabhu, both of them. And last point, I want to appreciate all the devotees for very responsibly, happily, inspiringly coming forward to make it easy for that devotee to go back home, back to Godhead. This is the most important service that each one of us could possibly do. The very fact that Radhanath Maharaj has spoken to her twice, is it twice or more than twice? Once? So has spoken to her, gave her confidence. That shows how much Maharaj feels for each devotee. He has many disciples. It's not that she is one of the very senior disciples. Recently she got initiated about 3-4 years ago, if I'm not wrong. But Maharaj's consciousness is very, very wonderful. He doesn't see that he's a big guru or someone like that. He identifies himself as a servant. If there is some service that he can do to anyone, he comes out of the way, break all the barriers of his stature, and then he comes and does service. I have fond memories of Maharaj once meeting Maharaj like that, and I understood his personality. That in heart he is a very, very simple man, and I'm happy that the Maharaj, by Maharaj's inspiration and by many of your services, you made it easy for her to go back home, back to Godhead. And that spirit should continue, that we should be there for each other to practice Krishna consciousness, and while one of us are leaving, we should give them confidence that Krishna will certainly take you back home, back to Godhead, ignoring all the mistakes or offenses that we have done. If Krishna gives shelter to Putana as the mother, why would he not give shelter to anyone else? So that confidence has to be given. Only then the living entity can peacefully exit the body. Otherwise, exiting the body is such a difficult thing, because you are not sure where you are going, what you are going to do, especially after knowing the philosophy. Ignorance is bliss. If you don't know the philosophy, you can anyway, you can leave the body like cats and dogs, doesn't matter. But after knowing the philosophy, it is much more difficult, I feel, to leave the body. Because you're more conscious of your, offenses or sinful activities or harsh speech or all these things. This comes to the forefront. You wanted to completely, neutralize all these effects before you go back to home, back to Godhead. Prabhupada, as an acharya, he showed by his own example that, when he was about to leave the body, many of his godbrothers came, and then Prabhupada said, I am Mahapatit, please forgive my offenses. I must have spoken, very strongly with you, or must have offended you. then the devotees also responded to Prabhupada very beautifully. They said, "You are not Patit, you are Patit Pavan," they said to Prabhupada. And then that was a very beautiful exchange between Prabhupada and his god brothers. Similarly, if anyone is in that last stage of leaving the body, we should give them confidence that I don't hold anything for you. Everything is fine. Please go peacefully. Please don't hold anything. Don't be anxious of this and that and that. And this Mataji, when I was just speaking to her, she did not have anything towards anyone, including the family members. She didn't have any anxiety. I told her, Krishna will take care. Please go without any anxiety. She said, yes, I'm ready. So, all appreciation goes to all of you that you have made it easy. But please don't stop. Continue your service. And don't be selective about this. This service should be offered to any community member who's big or small, who has a position or doesn't have position, or who is famous or not famous. As much as possible, we must come forward and give them a pat on the back. And I always tell one thing to the devotees who leave. When you go and meet Krishna and Prabhupada, please tell them that there's one fellow rotting here. Please recommend. Only by your recommendation, if there is any possibility that I may be considered by Krishna. It's not an exaggeration, it's actually the truth. Our seniors will go, whether senior in age or senior in consciousness or whatever. If we have made a mark in their heart that we tried to do some service to them, and they will recommend to Krishna, only by such recommendation we'll all be able to go back to Godhead, not by our own sadhana practices or endeavors. So I'm sure Mataji will be remembering all of you. So you're all going back to Godhead is for certain, because she has gone back to Godhead. So it's a celebration. The Vaishnava never dies. Vaishnava, when they are living or when they are gone, they are always engaged in Krishna's service, as Bhakti Vinod Thakur says. So thank you all very much for making it such a beautiful experience, for not just for her, but for everyone else. So I wish and pray that Krishna bless all of us, and then we stand for each other. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. So we have list of almost 20 devotees who would like to speak, but it's already 8:45. That means we wanted to end by 9 o'clock with Kirtan. So still we would like to invite some devotees to share their experiences, but please don't mind that we are unable to, because everybody might be hungry, they want to take prasadam is ready. So we'll invite some devotees. Even those devotees we request, yes, of course you have many memories to share, but please stick to 1 minute if possible, so that as many devotees as possible, at least 10 devotees can speak more. So immediately, without wasting time, I would like to request His Grace Narasimha Stuti Prabhu to kindly come forward. Next, His Grace Mohan Krishna Prabhu can be ready.
హరే కృష్ణ హరే కృష్ణ. వైష్ణవులకు అందరికీ కూడా నా ప్రణామాలు. మరి బర్సానా మాతాజీ శ్రద్ధాంజలి ఈ సమావేశంలో మాతాజీ గురించి చాలామంది చెప్పారు. ముఖ్యంగా మరి ఆమె దైనందిక జీవితంలో ఆమె నేర్చుకున్నటువంటి వైదిక సాహిత్యం, వైదిక జ్ఞానాన్ని ఏ విధంగా వినియోగించేవారు కొన్ని వృత్తాంతాలు చెప్తాను. మాతాజీ మరి ఒక గొప్ప డాక్టర్, చైల్డ్ స్పెషలిస్టు. చాలామంది మాతాజీలు వాళ్ళ పిల్లల కోసం ఏ సమయంలో ఫోన్ చేసి వారి సహాయం అర్థించినప్పుడు కూడా సమయభావం పాటించకుండా, ఒక్కోసారి అర్ధరాత్రి కూడా భావం పాటించకుండా వారికి వెంటనే ఆ వారి కంప్లైంట్ సహనంతో విని ఆ ట్యాబ్లెట్స్ ఏం కావాలో వెంటనే పంపించేవారు. అలాగే మా భక్తులు చాలామంది మాతాజీస్ వాళ్ళ పిల్లల కోసం సేవలు అందుకున్నారు. అట్లా అంటే స్నేహశీలు, అంటే తరతమ భేదాలు ఏమి పాటించరు. అంటే వీళ్ళు పెద్ద, వీళ్ళు గొప్ప, చిన్న, ఎడ్యుకేటెడ్, అన్ఎడ్యుకేటెడ్ అలాంటి తరతమ భేదాలు ఏమి పాటించరు. స్నేహశీలి అంటే ప్రతి ఒక్కరి పట్ల కూడా స్నేహపూర్వకంగా ప్రవర్తించేవారు. వాళ్ళు ఎలాంటి వాళ్ళని కానీ వారి యొక్క సహాయాన్ని ఎప్పుడు కూడా మరి హెల్పింగ్ హ్యాండ్ అంటే సహాయాన్ని చేయడానికి ఎప్పుడు సిద్ధంగా ఉండేవారు. అంటే ఇవన్నీ కూడా వైష్ణవుని యొక్క క్వాలిటీస్. అది మనకు అంటే మాతాజీలో ప్రస్ఫుటంగా కనిపిస్తాయి. సో అవి అంతేకాకుండా మరి అది ప్రభుజీ, అది చలపతిరావు ప్రభు యొక్క సహకారాన్ని తీసుకుంటూ సేవలు చేయడానికి ఎప్పుడు సంసిద్ధంగా ఉండేవారు. సరే, మా ప్రభుజీకి చాలా వెనకాల ప్రభుజీ చెప్పినట్టు, మనం వేదాంత ప్రభు చెప్పినట్టు ఫోర్స్, లివింగ్ ఫోర్స్, ఆమెని ప్రభుని వెనకాల ఉండి ఈ కృష్ణ చైతన్యం నడిపించడానికి మాతాజీ ఎంతో శ్రద్ధ వహించేవారు. అంతేకాకుండా నా పట్ల అంటే నేను అదే మాతాజీని ఇలా బాగాలేదని చెప్పి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు నరసింహశక్తి ప్రభు అంటే ఆ బెడ్ మీద ఉండి కూడా మరి అలాంటి మరి పెయిన్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ అవుతూ కూడా ఎంతో చక్కగా వైష్ణవుని, అంటే నాకైతే చెప్పాను కదా మరి భీష్మదేవ్ ఆయన డెత్ బెడ్ మీద ఉండి వైష్ణవులందరినీ కూడా ఎంతో చక్కగా ఇన్వైట్ చేసేవారు. వచ్చిన వాళ్ళు చూడడానికి వచ్చిన వాళ్ళందరినీ ఆయన ఆ భీష్మదేవి జ్ఞాపకం వచ్చారు నాకు. అయితే మరి మాతాజీ మరి ఇలాగ ఎన్నో వృత్తాంతాలు చెప్పుకోవచ్చు. మరి నా పట్ల మరి సోదర ప్రేమ, ఒక సోదరిగా చాలా ప్రేమతో వ్యవహరించేవారు. మరి మన కార్తీక యాత్రలో కూడా ఎంతో సేవ. ప్రభుజీ, చలపతిరావు ప్రభు, బరసానా మాత ఇద్దరు కూడా, చైతన్య ప్రభు అండ్ బరసానా ఇద్దరు కూడా మరి చాలా చక్కగా అందరికి కూడా, భక్తులందరికీ కూడా అంటే చెప్పాను కదా, లేట్ ఇన్ ది నైట్ కూడా ఎవరైనా వస్తే కూడా వాళ్ళకి మెడికల్ సహాయం అందజేయడానికి సిద్ధంగా ఉండేవారు. ఇలాగా మరి మాతాజీ అంటే ఆమెకు ఏ విధంగా, ఒక విధంగా అయితే ఫైనాన్షియల్గా చాలా సౌండ్, కానీ ఆమె ప్రవర్తనలో కానీ ఎక్కడ అది కనిపించదు, మచ్చు దూరం కూడా కనిపించదు. ప్రతి వారితో కూడా సరసంగా, సామాన్యంగా, చక్కగా నవ్వుతూ మరి అందులో ప్రేమను చూపిస్తూ, స్నేహభావాన్ని చూపిస్తూ చక్కగా మాట్లాడేవారు అనమాట. అందుకోసం మరి చాలామందికి మా ప్రభుజీ చెప్పారు, వేదాంత ప్రభు లీడర్ పొజిషన్లో లేరు మాతాజీ, కానీ ఇంతమందిని వారి యొక్క మనసులను ప్రేమ చూరగొన్నారనమాట. అంటే వారి యొక్క ఒక వైష్ణవుడు చక్కగా సరైనటువంటి రీతిలో స్పందిస్తుంటే ఎంతమంది యొక్క వైష్ణవులకు ప్రేమను పొందుతారో దీనికి ఉదాహరణ. అలాగే మరి మాతాజీ చివరి వరకు అందరూ కూడా చెప్పారు, మరి ఎన్నిసార్లు ప్రతి ఒక్కరు కూడా చెప్పాల్సింది కూడా, అది చక్కని అంటే ఎలాంటి బాధను లేకుండా దానికి తెలియజేసినప్పుడు మరి అంటే మేము కూడా అన్నాం మాతాజీ మరి మాతాజీ సుఖదేవ్ అది పరీక్షిత్ మహారాజ్కి 7 days నోటీస్ వచ్చింది, మరి మీకు అడ్వాన్స్ నోటీస్ వచ్చింది, మీరు చాలా అదృష్టవంతులు. అంటే నేను ఆ సమయంలో అనాల్సి వచ్చింది. అంటే నేను వెళ్ళినప్పుడు అన్నాను, అంటే హరిబోల్ ప్రభు, హరిబోల్ అంటే యాక్చువల్గా ఆ స్థితిలో వైదిక జ్ఞానాన్ని పొందడం వేరు, ఆచరించడం వేరు జీవిత విధానం. అందులోని అలాంటి క్లిష్ట పరిస్థితుల్లో అలాంటి చైతన్యం కలగడం చాలా చాలా కష్టమైంది అది. సో మాతాజీ చివరి వరకు, ఆఖరి క్షణం వరకు కూడా అలాంటి చైతన్యం కలిగి ఉన్నారు. ప్రతి ఒక్కరి పట్ల కూడా ఎంతో ప్రేమతో స్పందించారు. ఎంతో వైష్ణవులు ఏ విధంగా గౌరవించాలో కూడా ఆ విధంగా గౌరవం చూపారు. మరి గ్లోరియస్ డిపార్చర్ అంటే మన మహారాజు గారు దీవించినట్లు ఆమె కృష్ణుని యొక్క చేతుల్లో ఉన్నారు. సో డెఫినెట్గా ఈ వైష్ణవుల యొక్క అందరి యొక్క అంటే మరి బ్రహ్మాండమైన కీర్తన చేస్తూ, అంటే ఎక్స్టాటిక్ కీర్తన, చాలా బిగ్గరగా కీర్తన చేస్తున్న సమయంలో ఆ మాతాజీ దేహాన్ని వదిలిపెట్టారు. సో డెఫినెట్గా మన శాస్త్రాలు చెబుతున్నాయి, ఆ సమయంలో ఎవరైతే దేహాన్ని వదులుతారో వాళ్ళు తప్పనిసరిగా భగవద్ధామం చేరతారని చెప్పి ఎలాంటి సందేహం ఎవరికి ఉండాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. అంతేకాకుండా మనందరం కూడా ప్రభు చెప్పినట్లు మనందరం కూడా మాతాజీని ప్రార్థించవచ్చు, మన పేర్లు కూడా రికమెండ్ చేయమని చెప్పి. సో చాలా మరి ఒక విధంగా బాధ, సంతోషం మిశ్రితమైనటువంటి ఈ ఉద్వేగం, మానసిక ఉద్వేగం లాంటిది. ఏంటంటే మాతాజీ మరి చక్కగా కృష్ణుని దగ్గర వెళ్ళిపోయారు, భగవద్ధామం చేరిపోయారు. ఒక వైష్ణవు యొక్క జీవిత గమ్యం అది. భగవంతుని ధామం చేరాలి, అక్కడ కృష్ణునితో సేవ కృష్ణుని సేవ పొందాలి, కృష్ణునికి ప్రేమపూర్వకంగా సేవ చేయాలి, ఆయనకు సంతోషం కలిగించాలనేది వైష్ణవు యొక్క లక్ష్యం, జీవిత లక్ష్యం. మరి ఆ జీవిత లక్ష్యాన్ని నెరవేర్చుకున్నందుకు మాతాజీకి మరి ఆనందం ఉంది. అయితే మనకు మాతాజీ సాంగత్యం పొందలేకపోతున్నందుకు ఒక విధంగా బాధగా ఉంది. సో ఇది మరి ఇవన్నీ కూడా జీవన సత్యాలు, వైదిక సత్యాలు, ఇవన్నిటిని కూడా మనం టాలరేట్ చేయగలగాలి. సో మరి ఇలాంటి చక్కని అవకాశం మరి చాలామంది ఇంకా వేచి ఉన్నారు. చక్కని మరి మాతాజీకి మరొకసారి డెఫినెట్గా దివ్య భగవద్ధామం చేరాలని కోరుకుంటూ బర్సానా మాతాజీకి మనస్ఫూర్తిగా నేను వందనాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాను. బర్సాని మాతాజీకి, శ్రీల ప్రభుపాదకి, గురు మహారాజ్కి.
Prabhu, we have that video ready. Flower. So there was a time when Mataji was in hospice. So her sister, she was with Mataji, Lakshmi Mataji. She was with, she was there throughout the day. Then one day, one devotee asked, senior devotee over the call, that Mataji, which kirtan do you like the most? Which lecture do you like the most? Then Mataji said, I like the kirtan of Shivaram Prabhu very much. Then at that time, His Grace Braj Mohan Prabhu was in Hyderabad. He also came all the way because he's a good friend of Sri Krishna Prabhu. He came. Then he called Shivaram Prabhu. He asked, Prabhuji, is it possible for you that you can come to Hyderabad and sing for Mataji because she likes your kirtan so much? He explained everything. Then he said, yes, definitely, why not? I would like to do this seva. Then after that, he was coming the next day. Next day morning, she came to know that Shivaram Prabhu is all the way coming to sing for her. Then she has asked the hospital authorities that they asked her actually, what do you want? Then she said, I want flowers. Then they were thinking, why flowers? Then surrounding hospital, there are some champak flowers, I think, those white flowers. So champak, right? So they plucked all those flowers in a cover they gave. And she asked for a thread also. So her sister, she was with her. She took this video. She knows that in few days she is leaving the body. And this is how she is making a garland for Shivaram Prabhu, who is coming to see her. So her sister has taken this video. Now we would like to play that.
So cute. Wow. He looks so beautiful. Eat.
Vishnu Prasad Prabhu. Next we request Vishnu Prasad Prabhu and then Vrinda Kund Mataji.
Hare Krishna. As just now Vedanta Chaitanya Prabhu explained, the sincerity if a devotee shows in service, and the second thing, the gratitude, how Krishna reciprocates. We have seen in the life of Mataji. There are many examples which I can give, because almost all since last decade I was fortunate to have association with Prabhuji and Mataji. So recently, couple of months back, we all went to Vrindavan Yatra. Almost all, it was late night, 10:30. All the Yatra committee members were sitting and we are planning for the next day what best we can do. Suddenly one Mataji came from up and she was expressing some difficulty and emergently she requires help of doctor. So already it was a tired day. We were all coming from Govardhan. 10:30 we called Mataji and Mataji had 4 choices. Mataji could tell that she will attend that call tomorrow, and the second option that the Mataji should come to the room for taking medical care. The third option was Mataji would speak to her on the phone and direct. And the last option was that she would come down and she would serve the devotee. If I am in that position, definitely I would have told, send that Mataji or that Prabhuji, I cannot come. But Mataji came down 11:15 and she did that service. So that is the service attitude. It is not the service which we do to the temple president or to our counselors or to our Bhakti Riksha leaders, to unknown people. She took it as service. And on the last day, when I was speaking to our Leelanand Prabhu was telling, it happens in our congregation. Any program, if we start at 6 o'clock, today also 6 o'clock, it started at 7:30 or whatever it may be, it is delayed. On that day, all the devotees came much earlier. It is all Krishna's arrangement because that was the sincerity of the Mataji. I felt very happy. Only couple of hours before Mataji came to the house, if the same time, if Mataji would have been in the auspice, then this situation would have not come. So many devotees would have not performed this kirtan and she would have not left in such a way. Death is fixed, 6 o'clock, 2 minutes. But Krishna arranged, he inspired their family members, he inspired all the devotees to come 2 hours, 1 hour before. It never happens. By this we can understand if we are sincere, Krishna reciprocates. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. On this stage, I request forgiveness from Mataji if I have done anything knowingly or unknowingly. Please forgive me. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. So, in our Krishna consciousness, when we started our Krishna consciousness, there were many devotees who taught us many things, and all of them were youth. Our facilitator, my mentor, my teachers, all were like just 10-15 years older than us, and we didn't feel much. And but when I met Mataji, I understood that she was the best teacher I have met in Krishna consciousness, because she taught the practical Krishna consciousness to me, which even great teachers can tell us, but somehow it is our ignorant nature. It was my ignorant nature that I could not realize it. So I'm very grateful to Mataji. Actually, whenever I met Mataji, always there was a big smile on her face, and I could see the same smile when I met her in the hospital. And because somehow my mother also left because of cancer, and I know I could understand the pain, and even the doctors were telling, but it was such enlivening to meet her. It was like she's just taking little rest on the bed. That's it. So it was, and whenever I met her, she was always feeling little, she was having a hitch her heart that she got this Krishna consciousness very late, and she was telling us, inspiring us, that you have got this Krishna consciousness very early, please take.
please take it very seriously. So always she was inspiring whenever we meet. So I'm very, very grateful to her. So one incident I would like to share, as His Grace Chaitanya Keshav Prabhu told me when I went to meet Mataji. So he was telling that when Mataji started coming 10 years back, after 2 months or so, she was telling Prabhuji that here toilets are not very clean. The first floor toilet is not very clean. So Prabhuji told her that if you don't feel to use it, why don't you come and clean it? And next time when she came with a scrubber and a powder. What do you call that? Surf powder. And she cleaned the toilet. So she's an amazing. I don't know, Miss. We were discussing in our Brahmacharya ashram that these 3 hours are not sufficient to actually know about Mataji. So I'm very, very grateful to Mataji for coming in our life, at least in my life, and inspiring so much. Because old age, what is going to happen, I don't know. But even my parents, when I was joining, they were telling, "Arey, you don't know what is going to happen after 10 years. You are talking big, big things. So who is going to help you in old age?" But now I have got faith that devotees and Krishna, they will take care. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Vrinda Kund Mataji is there. So Vrinda Kund Mataji, she was very close when they were there, when Mataji was there. So her health is not good. She is having a lot of cough. So her daughter-in-law will speak about Mataji on behalf of Vrinda Kund Mataji. Next, final, we request His Grace Chaitanya Keshav Prabhu to speak, and we will close this event after that.
Hare Krishna all. On behalf of my mother-in-law Vrindakand Mataji, I would like to share the feelings which she expressed. So I observed one thing, that when Vrindakand Mataji was telling about Barasana Mataji, tears rolled down from her eyes. So I could recognize that how Barasana Mataji had made an impact on everyone. So this is what Vrindakand Mataji want to express. Na priyamaina snehiturala, ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోయావు, నన్ను వదిలేసి నేను నీ దగ్గరికి రాగలనా, నాకు అంత పవిత్రత ఉందా? మనం గంటలు గంటలు మాట్లాడుకునేటప్పుడు ప్రభుజీ వచ్చి చాలా జోక్స్ క్రాక్ చేసేవారు, కానీ మీరు ఎప్పుడూ ఎవరిని అఫెండ్ చేయనిచ్చేవారు కాదు. ఇది మీకున్న ఒక గొప్ప క్వాలిటీ. మీకు ఇలాంటి క్వాలిటీస్ ఎన్నో ఉన్నాయి. నేను ఎప్పుడు ఆలోచిస్తూ ఉండేదాన్ని, నేను కూడా అది నేర్చుకోవాలి అని. మీరు నాకు ఎన్నిసార్లు కాల్ చేసినా నా హెల్త్ ఇష్యూ వల్ల నేను కాల్ లిఫ్ట్ చేయకపోయినా కూడా మీరు ఎప్పుడు నెగటివ్గా తీసుకునేవారు కాదు. మీకు వీలున్నప్పుడు కాల్ చేయండి మాతాజీ అనేవారు. మీలో ఇలాంటి ఇంకా ఎన్నో ఎన్నో గొప్ప క్వాలిటీస్ ఉన్నాయి. నేను ఇంకా చాలా చెప్పాలనుకుంటున్నాను మీ గురించి, కానీ నాకు మాటలు రావట్లేదు అని. సో బాధ తప్త హృదయంతో మీ వృందాకండ్ దేవిదాసి. So we all had seen that Mataji had a very glorious departure. Words cannot describe how saddened we are for your loss. You are always at the other end of phone at any time when we really need any medical assistance for my children. So Mataji, we are very fortunate to have your association with with such a person. She is very simple, caring and very down to earth. I never ever forget your motherly affection. I just want to share one feeling, like when we went to meet Mataji when she was in hospice. Like Mataji, we had a very good conversation, and Mataji was very happily treating everyone. And when we are about to return from there, Mataji was telling me that you just take care of your children. She was instructing me to take care of my children. I was just shocked to hear about that from Mataji, because being in that condition, no one will think of others, but Mataji, being an exemplary, always thinks about others. Even like in the recent trip which we had with Mataji and Prabhuji, like we shared a very great bonding, and Mataji and Prabhuji were instructing the few tips which really helped us to manage all the things properly. So they are very down to earth and they are very exemplary grihastha. I feel the ideal grihasthas. So like even I learned lot of things from both of you, Mataji and Prabhuji. Like surely we are going to miss you and your loving embrace, thinking of you at this difficult time with a heavy heart. Thank you so much.
So finally, devotees who gave your names, please don't feel bad because of lack of time. If you all agree, then we will continue. Is it? I feel it's not good because it's a pressurized saying okay. So while Prasad, is it possible? Yeah. So what we can do is when we have a next Bhakti Vrikshas, in our respective Bhakti Vrikshas, we can have this. His Grace Madan Kumar Prabhu has given a wonderful suggestion. So we'll follow that. And before Chalpatra Prabhu, Chaitan Keshav Prabhu speaks, one or two instances we would like to say. Now, when Gopal Krishna Prabhu is reminding me, when Sakhi Radhika Mataji, she came to hospice to talk to Mataji. If you remember, I don't know how many of you came to Vrindavan Yatra. So in Vrindavan Yatra, Mataji's mother, she fell near Yamuna river. It was kiddie, so she fell down and she broke her hip. So Barasana Mataji, she knows that how painful it was for her. So when she came to hospital, Sakiradhika Mataji, while she was leaving, she is calling her and telling and asking first, how is your mother? How is her fracture? Please tell your mother to take rest. So she is not thinking about herself that, in what condition she is. Still, she is telling others that, you please take care of your, like Navya Mataji was saying, that take care of your kids. When they were living, she called them. She specifically told them that take care nicely, your children, she was saying. And also one more instance, when His Grace Leelanand Prabhu came, Mataji remembered in those days, Leelanand Prabhu, as all of you know, Vaishnav Seva Kunj, there is a Goshala. So wherein lot of cows are there, donated by many devotees. One such cow called named Subhadra, donated by Mataji and her mother. So when he came and when he was singing, when Anuradha Priya Mataji came, she was first asking about how is Subhadra? How is the cow? How is the cow doing? So she was inquiring about the cow. So this is her consciousness. So finally we request His Grace Chaitanya Keshav Prabhu to please speak. I know Prabhuji was refusing that if I speak, I can't, resist myself. But still we request him to speak few words and then we'll close this session.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam to all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. I am very much thankful to all our Brahmachari devotees, Leelanand Prabhu, who did excellent kirtan. Everything happened according to the plan of Krishna. Whenever I used to read these stories of Bhishma Dev and Parikshit Maharaj, I used to think that it is an exaggeration by these writers. The reason for that is I was initially an atheist because in 2008 I faced a lot of materialistic problems. That time my son insisted me and Barasana Rani Mataji to go to Chowpatty, Bombay. There we got inspired by people, Krishna Chandra Prabhu, Madhavananda Prabhu, then Gauranga Priya Prabhu and Gokulananda Prabhu. They instructed us for 2 days, spending their time. And Gokulananda Prabhu told that you become good Vaishnava devotees. Then I was laughing inside myself. How I can become good devotee? I know what I am. All these things. But on our return journey, we booked a flight at 11 o'clock. And Mataji, from that day onwards, she started doing 16 rounds from the day one. And she continued it till last minute. Last 1 week she was unable to do because of intense pain and other things. And when we discussed, I was very much hesitant to be there while Murli Gopinath Prabhu and my son were disclosing her about her disease. I was moving, as he told, I was going away from that. I do not want to see her reaction initially, but the way she told, I'm very happy, I'm ready to go back to Godhead. I'm going to go back to Krishna, I'm ready. Then that time, from that time onwards, she never even shed a tear, thinking that she has to leave the body. That gave a lot of confidence to me. And anybody who wants to cry before her, I used to ask them to go out. And I was a little strict about it. I don't want somebody to disturb her consciousness. If I hurt anybody, please excuse us. So when she told I had 67 years of wonderful life, I never had any problems with anybody. I'm so grateful, I'm ready to live. So it was really inspiring to us. We know that she's a strictly following devotee, but I never imagined that she advanced so much where Krishna can interfere and do a lot of favor for her in organizing all these things. Normally, cancer patients, they suffer 3 years minimum to reach that 4th stage. But what I see is Krishna reduced that suffering to only 3 weeks. Initial suffering was only for 4 days. Then after that surgery twice with the hope of prolonging her life. Then all doors were closed. We were ready for chemotherapy and she is not ready, but we can afford and we wanted to extend whatever is possible. But all doors were closed. Our devotees were advising to give cow urine, this Ayurvedic. But nothing is going into the stomach. How Krishna can or anybody can save her by taking the medicines. Then we decided to take a bold decision not to make her suffer with pain. Then to be honest with you, they never give a tranquilizer for her during this period. She was sleeping peacefully during nights. But one more thing I want to tell you, when during those visiting hours from 2 to 5, she was so active. And by the time everybody leaves, she used to be dull and she used to show me stars. And then it was a pleasure for me. She served me for 45 years. So it is my turn to serve her during those 3 weeks. It is a great loss for me, but with the enthusiasm all of you are showing, and I also decided to do more service or concentrate more on chanting and other things. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, bro. So, 2 more things devotees were reminding me, Sarshan Prabhu and Venugopal Krishna Prabhu. When Mataji was in hospice, how many of you in this stage, when few days are remaining, actually Srila Prabhupada says, cleanliness is of 2 types. One is external cleanliness and one is internal cleanliness. So external cleanliness, Srila Prabhupada says, by taking bath, we become pure and clean. And internal, by chanting the holy names, our heart gets cleaned. So every day, Mataji would strictly tell, I want to be clean and pure. She used to strongly tell the ayahs, and she used to take head bath every day. In that condition, morning she used to take bath, and that early morning she used to attend, which she was conducting Zoom sessions, chanting sessions. She used to attend that also, the chanting sessions in the morning. That was her desire to be like that. So few days before also she was doing that every day. So after that she could not even get up, so she could not continue that. But this was her consciousness. And one more thing, after His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj spoke with her, devotees were asking her, how do you feel now? Then she was saying, I just feel like I went to some world, but I came back again, unfortunately. Like that she was saying. So with this, we would like to close. So it's a great, now Mataji has left. Happily, she is in spiritual world. As we say, we have both sadness and happiness. Sadness because we lost her association, and happiness because she went back to Krishna. So, but it's a great loss always for the family members. So none of us can, replace that Mataji's position. So what we can do is pray for the family members also in this grief condition. So whenever possible, we all can, talk to Chaitanya Keshav Prabhu, invite him for our homes, and we're all family, Prabhuji. We're all there for you, for your family, Sri Krishna Prabhu and Priyanka Mataji. So devotee community means family. So this I have learned from Leelanand Prabhu's congregation, which they have shown practically every day. Even today also they are doing that every day. Thank you all, everyone. So now prasadam is being served, so arranged by the family members of Mataji. So all of us can go one by one and take the prasadam. Thank you very much. First, we request Matajis to go. First, Matajis can go, and in the meantime, we'll have a 5 minutes kirtan. All of us can sing. Of course, you can be in the queue, but we will sing for Mataji. Thank you.